In this video, I'm going to continue to share with you my pregnancy details with Ikem, his delivery and after delivery, all that happened. So if you are just joining us for the first time, welcome to my YouTube channel, Life with my Cerebral Palsy Warrior. I am running this channel with my son Ikem'S who is a baby, because he is 3 years old, living with cerebral palsy in Nigeria. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. So in our last episode, which was episode 1, we stopped on what happened on Saturday after the delivery. Okay, so going forward, we are starting from Sunday. So like I told you, I gave birth to him on Easter Eve, the eve of Easter Sunday, which was on Saturday. So on Sunday, which was Easter Sunday, it was it was a happy day. Everyone was happy. My husband was happy. I was happy. We've sent the news out that we have been blessed with a boy, and everyone was happy. My neighbors came to the hospital. They brought food for me. So there was one particular incident that happened at the hospital when my neighbor asked me what name my baby would bear. I told them his name would be Ikem'S. In fact, that his name his name is already Ikem'S, because I already gave him the name when he was still in the womb. I already told my husband that he would bear Ikem'S. And my husband was like, Ikem'S, that he has not had that name before. I was like, that's the name I want him to bear. So when I told them at the hospital that that's his name, because I've already started calling him the name while he was in my womb. So my neighbor was like, if now you have come again, which one is Ikem'S? Oh, sorry, if you're not Igbo, Ikem'S means my strength is from God. She was like, that she has never heard such name before. They always like to do my things in a different way. I was like, well, that's the name that he's already bearing. That's his name. You don't even have to. I'm not naming the name based on the name is fine, is catchy, is trendy, or all that. That an inspiration came to me while he was still in the womb, that is the name he will bear. I was not even aware of what will happen after birth. So then I'm like, okay. My husband, even at that day, my husband was still this you and this your name, so that I'm still serious with this name. I told him, I was like, of course I'm serious. So he was like, okay, but you know, that kind of okay. So going forward, okay, so after Sunday, when everybody left, on Sunday, the night, you know, even though Ikem is my first child, my first baby, while we were still at the hospital that Sunday, I was watching him, observing him, you know. I noticed he was behaving some type of way. That didn't go down well with me. So I called the attention of the nurse. I was like, I don't like the way this boy is breathing, the way he's behaving. I don't know. I'm not okay with it. The nurse was like, it's normal. Every newborn baby, they usually breathe fast and all that. I was like, oh, okay, what do I know? This is my first time. So, but when the nurse left, it didn't go well with me, the response she gave to me. And I, as a person, people that are very close to me, they know that most times my instincts never lies, and I don't joke with them. Whatever comes up with my instincts, I don't like to joke with it, because most times if I don't act, I will regret it later. So the response she gave me didn't go down with me. Watching him at the time, he gave some sort of cry, a loud cry or something like that. I was like, what was this? So I was not comfortable again. So I went out to call the nurse again. It happened that this time she was at the delivery room. Someone was in labor. So I waited. She was not forthcoming, so I had to go downstairs to meet another nurse downstairs. So when I went, I made my complaint to the nurse. So the nurse took me to the doctor. She told me that we should go to the doctor to make my complaint to him. So when I went to the doctor, I told him. So doctor said that we should bring the baby to the examination so that he will look at the baby. So when I brought the baby, so doctor was like, he examined the baby, but he didn't tell me anything immediately. The way he was acting, I didn't like it. I was asking him, doctor, what have you done? And I told the nurse that she should bring the baby to the delivery room, that I should go and call another doctor too, so both of them will look at the baby. So I was not like, I was already scared because I noticed that something is wrong. So I was not like, my instinct is right. So when the other doctor came, both of them, they examined the baby. They were in the delivery room examining the baby. They said, doctor, like, is it like they did sanction him well, or this one, that one? So when they did what they were there, I was there. So I was not asking him what's going on. He was like, nothing, that I should just calm down. Should just calm down first. So when he finished, they now placed him on oxygen immediately. Immediately they placed him on oxygen. I was not like, why are you placing me in oxygen? Can someone talk to me? So that was, I couldn't keep up with what was going on. I had to, I started raising my, what is it? That someone should talk to me. What's going on? So that was when the doctor said I should calm down. Are we living close by? Like, not really close by, but it's not far. So doctor now was now like, I should call my husband, so he will start coming, that we need to move the baby quickly to a specialist hospital where that he needs oxygen. That is, he used the medical one term like that. He said twitching. I was like, he didn't even said that the baby was having seizures or that he was convulsing. He just said twitching, that twitching was out. Then me, I didn't know the meaning of twitching then, but if he had said convulsion or seizures, I would know. We all know that one. So I now called my husband. Thank God we are not living very too far from the hospital, so in no distant time my husband came. So doctor now give us a routine note that we should take him to a general hospital nearby, specialist hospital, where pediatricians will see him and place him on oxygen, that they need to attend to him. He didn't even tell us that it was that him not crying was a problem. My annoyance with them was, if you as a doctor and you knew this baby had birth asphyxia, you would have sent us to a specialist hospital immediately after delivery. If they had done that, I don't think would have been saying this thing today, because that seizures and convulsion that happened wouldn't have happened. But this, instead, you left us. We were at the hospital the whole of Saturday night, the whole of Sunday, when nothing happened until the early hours of Monday morning, when we started having this issue, which I was the one that detected it. Okay, so he said that I should just pack few of my things and baby things, that we are going immediately. So I didn't even know that it's something that is very serious. I just picked few of my clothes, I be one or two, and the baby's stuffs, and we left. So when we were going, it was on the way that my baby was breathing. If you see the way Ikem was breathing, in fact, you just be like he's giving up in the next minute or second. He will give a sharp cry. So my husband, if you see the way my husband was driving that day, and thank God that day was, I say, fortunately and unfortunately. There's a fortunately and there's unfortunate one. So unfortunately, that Monday, Easter Monday, was a public holiday. So you know how Lagos road can be. So it was free. It was free that morning. So if you see the way my husband was driving that morning, I was at the back carrying him. I was just crying. I was praying. I was singing. Everything combined together. So we went to general hospital. On getting to the general hospital, we presented them with the notes that doctor gave to us. You know, it was an emergency. We went to emergency section immediately. You will be expecting that they will place the baby on oxygen immediately and start the documentation, but no, trust Nigeria General Hospital. They have a way of just, in fact, that one's a story for another day. So they now told these people, oh God have mercy, they said they won't attend the baby to the baby first, that my husband should go and get card at the records, do the necessary documentation before they will now start attending to a baby that needs oxygen, that is having seizures and convulsion. Oh my God. Just pray that you don't have emergency case in this Nigeria, especially government hospital. Even though they are good, but emergency, they are not good with emergencies at all. So that was how my husband was not like, you people should start attending to the baby. I was like, baby, no, just leave them. Just because these people, I've heard about their stories before, even though, and that was one of the things that made me to run away from general hospital the first time. I wanted to register there. In fact, the first day I went there to register for antenatal when I was pregnant, the crowd that I saw that day, that was one of the things that even discouraged me. And that day too, I would have registered there, but they said that day was not their antenatal day. They have to come back next week, Friday. That was the day I can register. So that was why I didn't even go back. So as I went back from hospital that day, that was how I went back to this my private hospital that I used, which the gynecologist is also a well-known gynecologist in this Lagos. So what happened? I don't know. Okay, so back to my story. So when we got to the hospital, when I now told my husband to go and continue with the registration while I was with the baby. So when he came, the nurse on duty now came back, that we should take him somewhere else, that they don't have oxygen. Can you imagine? After wasting our time, for crying out loud, a baby that is just a day old in such a situation that needs emergency, we are wasting our time instead of you to tell us immediately that you are not attending to us so that we'll go somewhere else. So out of annoyance, my husband and I, we just left the place. As we are going, we do not even know where we are going. We don't even know where we are going. So I had to start making calls. I called my friend Chineche. So and I was not like, my husband, we are not going to go to another government hospital, because to avoid what happened now, and also that also considering the fact that day was public holiday, so the doctors might not be on duty to attend to us. Maybe one or two might just be on ground. So after calling my friend and all the suggestions that they brought, we now resorted to taking him to a private specialist hospital in Surulere, Lifeline. Many people will know it is that hospital is nice. Indeed, they are Lifeline, because without them, I don't even think Ikem'S will still be alive today. Without God and them, because God used them to even save them a little. So I now called my friend, because even my friend was at the hospital that Sunday. She came to see me, because in fact we are no longer friends. We have crossed that path, a boundary of being friends. We are just like sisters now. So she came on that Sunday and nothing was. So when she saw my car the early hours of Monday, she was like, why will I be calling her by this time? And she said her phone was even on silent, that she didn't know how. She just looked and saw my call. So when she picked, she now made inquiries, and someone directed us to the hospital. We don't know the hospital, but that was the site she's living. So she now came out and we picked her. All of us now went to the hospital. We were at the back of the car crying, singing and all that. So when we go to the hospital, Lifeline, mainly we came in. That's how it's supposed to be. Team of medical, everyone was on ground. They just came in emergency. They just took Ikem'S from us, placed him on oxygen immediately. People at the hospital, they were like, what happened? Everyone was just looking at us, with empathy, pity, that kind of thing. If you see Ikem self, you even be like, what is wrong? Oh God, nothing should happen to this baby, because Ikem was such a cutie. He was fair, hairy and big. He weighed 3.6 at birth. Ikem was such a cutie. Okay, so they placed him on oxygen, calmed my husband and I down, and before they came to us and asked us to deposit a huge amount of money. In fact, they asked us to deposit 500,000. Oh God. At that point, we do not have any other option now. We want to save our son's life, and it's our first baby, for crying out loud. Do you know the emotional trauma? Do you know how? God? And even the episiotomy they gave me was still painful. See the way I was just working with the episiotomy, the emotional trauma, the everything. Sometimes when I look at myself, when I call myself daughter of grace, you will not even understand, because if I'm remembering everything that happened, I'll ask myself, how was I able to handle all these things and I'm still here? I don't even know. That's why I just call myself daughter of grace, because if not for his grace, I don't even know where I would have been today, or how this. In fact, okay, so they now told us to deposit 500,000. That the money, they might exhaust it and ask for more, or they might not exhaust it. That we should just deposit, so that they start treatments, that if there is anything, that they will not let us know. So we do not have any other choice than to deposit, and thank God for his blessings that the money is there, and thank God for my husband too. So he deposited the money, and they now started treating. But my happiness, and why I still thank Lifeline Hospital till today, was the way they handled the situation. They just took him immediately, placed him on oxygen, calmed us down first before they now started talking to us about money. They were like, if we don't have the money, then we cannot take him somewhere else. At least they've already, private hospital can do this. Government hospital that should be there for you, they will not even do it for you. My dear, that is how we just saw ourselves at Lifeline. Ikem was now taken to ICU, and they now started the treatment. So thank you all for joining. This is where I'll be drawing the curtain for today. If you want to know what happened, join me in my next episode as I continue sharing my story with you. Please do not forget to hit the subscribe button if you are joining our channel for the first time. Hey, hi, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. See you in my next episode. Bye.